Hello, I'm RJ City, and you are listening to the MonsterCast. You're going to talk about Bela Lugosi. They're going to talk about Lon Chaney Jr. He'd be so sad, holding his hat, saying, "Please put me in this room and don't unlock the door." And you can't do any better than the Dahl brothers. Jack and Ryan, they're brothers, but they're also bros. What? Pardon? Wrestling. Well, who the hell wants to talk about wrestling? These are horror movies. It's a deep genre. It's a smart genre. Fantastic actors. Fantastic cinematography. Wrestling is just sweating and fireworks and bouncy ropes. There's nothing. So how can you talk about that every week? All right. Let's see them try. Take it away, you crazy dolls.
You. Jesus fuck my fucking ass. What the fuck? Please shut up.
No. Master Watto is a
shut
champion.
up.
You're gonna put some respect
Stop
on his
fucking
name
saying
now.
Master Watto on this fucking show.
IWGP Junior Heavyweight Co-Champion.
What's up, you guys? Sean Ross Sapp of Fightful here. You're watching the MonsterCast with Jack and Ryan. A big shout out to those fellas. Good people. Check them out.
Oh my god, what is this?
It
Who
looks
is
like a
making
TV.
the New Japan titles? They need to stop making
It's like
titles.
a TV, bro. They took it too literally. That's the problem.
They should have just turned it into a TV. I would have been more impressed.
That would have been cooler.
Put some
Make
antennas
it-
on the top.
No, just make it like a digital title. Like you could display whatever you want on the
Oh,
digital.
like an
title.
LCD screen?
Yeah.
Yeah. And then have
That'd be
the
sick as
picture
fuck.
of the person that's the champ. That'd be so good.
Oh fuck.
That'd be worth it.
Wrestling podcast. How fucking original.
Jake and Brian. Brandon Cutler here from AEW, and I hope you guys have an awesome podcast with the MonsterCast. What was that? Your name is Jack and Ryan? Shut up, Jack and Ryan.
Tell me who you would sign first.
Hiroshi Tanahashi.
No, not overall, genius. Between the two goddamn examples I'm about to give you.
Master Watto.
Killer Cross or Dominic Dijakovic, who are you signing first?
Killer Cross. 100%.
What the fuck?
Absolutely.
Wrong! That
No,
answer is
I would.
wrong!
I would.
Oh
Killer
my god.
You don't know shit! Your opinions suck!
I guess I mean, you're welcome.
Fuck,
See,
I'll boo it.
but I don't think I've ever said boo.
I will.
That's so stupid.
I'll do it. Boo! Boo! You can't. Don't actually say the word because that's why it sounds weird. You gotta. It's like more like a note. Boo! You don't fucking actually say boo. Boo! 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 You don't turn it into a fucking chant. You actually have to.
I will. I'm gonna do that at Forbidden Door.
You start a boo chant. Boo! 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 Boo!
Here's your host of the MonsterCast, the Straight Edge Monster Jack and Ryan.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to the MonsterCast. I'm your host, the Straight Edge Monster Jack. That's Ryan Rockwell, and we are doing MonsterCast predictions. Sure to be wrong. AEW Double or Nothing 2024 edition. We got 11 matches have been announced. We're going to start with the 0 hour one because it was just announced on Rampage last night between, or the buy-in, I should say. They're calling it the buy-in this time because of Double or Nothing. But the Thunder Rosa versus Deonna Purrazzo will be on the buy-in. So we're going to start off with that one because I don't have a match graphic for that. And then we'll get into the actual pay-per-view. There could be a couple more matches on the buy-in. 1 or 2 more matches announced today or tonight. Because Collision is tonight, so we'll see. But we're going to start off with that one. I got Thunder Rosa, so I'm just going to throw that out there.
Yeah, I do too. It seems like they're trying to build her back up. I don't know why though. I mean, she kind of already lost her world title, and whatever. In the story, I guess it makes the most sense for her to win this one too. So yeah, I'll go with Thunder Rosa on that too.
All right, so let's go ahead and start with the first match listed on Wikipedia anyway. It is Roderick Strong defending the AEW International Championship against Will Ospreay.
That
Who
one's
do
tough.
you have, Guy?
That's tough. You can't have Osprey be fucking unbeatable, but it also just makes sense for him to have it. But it would also make sense for him to lose from interference or some bullshit too, and then get mad at Don Callis for not being out there to back him up. This whole point of being in the family or whatever the fuck. Like, there's a lot of ways they can go with this. I personally think it's time for Osprey to lose. Because you don't want to get in that Oscar Goldberg like whatever pattern with somebody where they just like never lose a fucking match. But on the other hand, he's like a really good person to have that specific title. So also though, he did just take a loss in SGW. So I don't know, his booking's not very strong over there. Fuck. I'm gonna say Roddy retains, but through interference or some bullshit. So yeah, I'm gonna say Roderick Strong actually.
No shit, Roderick Strong would retain by interference. There's no way Roderick Strong is winning a straight up match based off their characters currently and how they've been positioned in AEW recently.
Yes, but the question is, does he win or lose, not whether or not he wins by interference.
But I don't need you to tell people that Roderick Strong is gonna win by interference. No shit, if you're picking Roderick Strong, he's winning by interference, bro.
Who did he beat clean the other day? Was it? It wasn't Fletcher. Was it Cassidy that he beat clean? He beat somebody clean as fuck. I think it was Cassidy. I don't think he beat Fletcher clean, but he definitely beat Cassidy clean, if I recall correctly.
I also have Roderick Strong.
Oh, well, there you go.
I was hoping I would get a different one. I was hoping you were gonna pick Osprey. That's why I would let you go first on that one. I've got most of mine already picked, actually. Not the confidence part, but the actual picks.
That's cheap.
I've got to move it on, though. We're going to try to make this quicker since it's a big pay-per-view. Toni Storm is defending the AEW Women's World Championship against Serena Deeb. I've got Toni Storm winning because everybody knows my thought process on this. It's literally Toni until Jamie Hayter comes back. So I've been on this bandwagon for a long, long time. I do like Serena Deeb. I do think she got the Bret Hart thing going on right now where she does have some fans, but most of the people are booing her because Toni Storm is so over. But it's not, Toni Storm isn't over to the point where people aren't just going to fucking be super hyped when Jamie Hayter comes back. You know what I'm saying? Like, Jamie Hayter's going to be super face, and then they're not going to give a fuck about Toni Storm losing the title to Jamie Hayter. But I do believe they would boo the shit out of the arena if Toni Storm drops it to Serena. So I've got Toni Storm retaining because my whole thought process this entire time with the time frame is Hayter comes back, probably at All In, and takes it away from Toni Storm to get her moment in front of her home crowd.
Yeah. And without even looking at any of the Hater stuff, I think even just within the confines of this program, they haven't built Deeb up quite enough to be there yet. And also she's like Bret Hart because she has her flag that she brings out, so you can.
There's a lot of Bret Hart mannerisms about the way she does her promos, the way she wrestles, the flag, like you said. All of it. Like, it's Bret Hart centric for sure.
Yeah, I like it though. I mean, I'm not saying it's biting it in a bad way. It's just you definitely notice it a little bit. Yeah, I'm also picking Storm on this. It doesn't come across like a fucking tribute or like a caricature, is what I'm getting at. It's still her own thing, but yeah, you can see the little influence, I guess.
It's very like you'd have to watch like Bret Hart's entire career to understand what she's doing, to notice it. It's not like Jericho leaning. It's not like Jericho leaning into the Jericho Vortex and Learning Tree thing, where it's quite obvious, or like Bo Dallas in NXT when he turned heel and was Bo Leave bullshit. Like, this is you have to really be paying attention to understand the Bret Hart references and stuff like that. All right, so we both got Toni Storm on that one. Next up, We've got Adam Copeland and Malachi Black in a barbed wire steel cage match, which I'm very hyped about. And I almost, if I would have had enough time, if I wasn't doing so much shit this weekend, I was literally going to have it where I pressed the button and blood was going to come out onto our screen. But I didn't have enough time. I thought it was a cool spot. I do like the memes as well, though. I do like the memes. I can't wait to see what Eric Bischoff says about it because he tried it twice in WCW and completely missed the mark of where he was supposed to be hitting the blood. So I can't wait to see how he's going to spin that where AEW did it incorrectly, but they did it right, even though Kevin Nash was standing in the middle of the ring and it hit the fucking ropes. And I believe they also tried it one time with Vampiro and missed completely or something like that. It was either Vampiro or Sting when they were doing their feud or whatever. I'm pretty sure. But I know for sure Kevin Nash was one of them where it just missed completely. It wasn't even close. So I can't wait to see.
Kevin Nash because he looks at it like it's fucking stupid.
Yeah, I can't wait to see Eric Bischoff's take on that bullshit. Because
He could've
please
at
try to
least,
spin
like-
that to make it make sense.
With the Nash thing, like if he would have sold it like he was scared of it, it might not have been as memorably like fucked up.
But it
you
also
know?
makes the person that was trying to quote unquote do it to him look so weak that it's almost like, okay, well, Nash has to go over now, which probably was going to happen anyway because Nash was completely in charge over there of his own shit. Everybody says that Hogan had creative control in the contract. There's no way Nash didn't have like look at what Nash did in WCW. You didn't tell me he didn't have no creative control of any kind. Come on.
I mean, I know he was booking for a little bit, but
Yeah, that too. So that helped. Okay, so anyway, I did like the spot, and let me just throw this out there as somebody who has broken strawberry preserves a couple of times at work in the past.
Okay.
That's not strawberry preserves. I don't know where everybody got that from. That's not what that was at all. I like the look of it, by the way, the thickness of it, because it looked like it was flesh instead of just like straight up blood, where it looked like.
Look like it was fucking clotted or coagulated. Like
Yes,
it wasn't.
I thought it looked fantastic. I thought it looked cool
It
as
looked
shit.
fine.
And I love the fact that like Malachi went all in on, hey, I'm gonna get this, not like, like it's all over this motherfucker. Like you couldn't even see his face anymore, dude. It was crazy.
They did that Home Alone trap slip.
How high did they have that shit up? Because it hit the board, like the Dynamite logo was bleeding in the background. If you saw that afterwards when they cleaned up the ring, the Dynamite board it looks like they had a new logo because it looked like the Dynamite logo was bleeding. It was still on parts of the white rope, which I think actually added to the effect by having white ropes because it popped more obviously when it actually happened. But yeah, I thought it was a cool spot. Anyway, I'll go first here because I do think Malachi wins. I want to see Malachi win so badly here because one, it's his first singles pay-per-view match, right? Number two, he's got the built-in storyline with Copeland needs to take the knee to House of Black if he loses. So not only will Malachi be a singles champion in AEW, but Copeland also has to seemingly join House of Black or listen to House of Black, what have you. And I think that would be a far cooler story going forward than Adam Copeland winning against Malachi going back into nothing, and then Copeland goes back to the Cope Open on fucking Wednesday or Saturday.
I hate every storyline that's ever been except for the Danielson one with the Wyatt
But I'm saying
family.
that could be the end result. It could be like a Danielson one with the Bray Wyatt family. By the way, not everyone. I know you like the Jeff Hardy when he was the butler to Matt and became broken too in TNA.
Not really. I really didn't. I mean, I feel like every story where somebody has to join a faction or like, because if you think about it too much, it just sounds fucking stupid. Like, yeah, they go home after the show, but then when they show up to work, they have to you have to hang out with these guys and you have to do what they say. Even though it's not your fucking contract, you just kind of
Orton had a similar thing with the Wyatt family too, by the way.
Orton's thing was not like he lost the match, so he had to do it. He was like ingratiating himself with the group intentionally to like subvert them. It was a different thing.
It's very vague, like most House of Black stuff anyway. He just said you have to bend the knee to the House of Black. It's not like he said you have to join the group and listen to everything we say and you're our butler or some shit, like old NWA stipulation. I'm gonna take your girl out for a date. You know what I'm saying? Like it's not that level. It wasn't so specific that we know exactly what he even meant by it. And as I'm looking at my Aleister Black figure over here from the WWE Elite collection, I really want this motherfucker to win a singles title in AEW.
So my thing about that is if he's still on his weird like I want to go back to WWE shit, I don't put him over. I don't give him a belt. I don't give him shit. But I also don't know what the details of that are behind the scenes in the way that Tony does, so he would know a little bit more about that. But I feel like if any part of that is true, any part of that, the rumor shit about him complaining about his booking or like him wanting to leave or go back and go be with Zelina over in WWE or get some Triple H booking or whatever the fuck, like I don't give him anything. I don't give him a title. I don't give him a fucking pay-per-view win.
Yes,
I
but
don't
don't you
have
think
him
that'd
go
be
with
more
Copeland.
indicative if he doesn't win against Copeland? Do you think that's not more indicative of Khan and Copeland and some other people that are in charge of stuff like that in the back, like Danielson? They know that he's probably going back to WWE, and then that's why he didn't get it. Because if he does get it, then clearly he's not thinking about that at all, and it's all just rumor.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So what I'm saying is that like I wouldn't pick him to win if that shit is true. I just don't.
Oh,
don't
I
know
agree
if
with
it's
you.
true.
I wouldn't either, unless you're trying to convince him to stay. It's not like he's going to take the TNT
That
title with him.
works.
It's not like you can't book him. I've never seen Malachi have a problem taking a loss in AEW like Miro or Andrade or whatever, because Malachi's lost more than anybody that's come over from WWE as far as cleanly.
Yeah, he can go back over and kick a member of the New Day and then get fired again. I don't think it's time for Copeland to lose it. Is the thing. He hasn't had it super long.
Yes, but also
I
the
think
TNT title is kind of beneath Copeland as well. If you look at the structure of the titles, the TNT
what are you
used
going
to
to
be
put him in
the
instead?
secondary title. Now you got the Continental and the International title are clearly higher than the TNT title. Do we really need to
Yes,
have
but
it on
when
Copeland?
you have him lose to Malachi and then what? Go challenge fucking Okada? Come on, be real.
Yeah, I'm sure he wants to. That doesn't mean he has to win it. We're about to get Christian versus Swerve in the main event here, bro.
Yes, that's this. I'm already thinking about the Christian shit. That's why I'm thinking like Copeland loses, has to do whatever the weird House of Black shit is. Christian gets his ass beat by Swerve, and now then he's sort of like, okay, like maybe I should rethink my life. And then he goes and maybe
Yeah, I
helps
don't think
out
that's gonna
Copeland
happen.
with
I
his
don't think
House of
that's how
Black
that's gonna
problem.
work. I don't think that's how
Maybe.
that's about to happen.
He goes and saves Copeland or something.
But you
I
got
don't know.
Malachi as well, then, or no?
Just because I don't know anything about the backstage stuff, I still think it's a little bit early for Copeland to lose. But just the way the program's been going and the shit that just happened on TV, yeah, I think I'm gonna go with Malachi winning.
That's pretty much an upset right there, by the way, guys. I don't know what the odds are on that one. I haven't looked at the odds yet. I'll pull them up later, but I'm pretty sure Copeland's probably favored heavily.
It's that like go home show logic where if the other guy gets one over on you before the pay-per-view, you normally, you'll usually win. So with the blood thing, I'm kind of like, maybe we'll see.
Next up, Moxley versus Takeshita in an IWGP World Heavyweight Championship Eliminator match. I know a lot of people have a problem with that. This is an eliminator match. I don't necessarily. I don't like it because it's on pay-per-view. But also, Takeshita is not a part of IWGP or New Japan Pro Wrestling at all. So it's not like, why would the fuck would New Japan be like, oh yeah, you can defend your title against somebody that's never worked here. So I don't have a problem with it being an eliminator match. Also, with all that said, Moxley's definitely winning this match. There's no way Takeshi's winning this match.
Yeah, I think that
Yeah.
this is the reason they made it an eliminator.
Nah, there's no way.
You can't, because he's obviously not going to just win if it's for the belt, because New Japan would have to approve that. But if you make it an eliminator match, then he's got a reason to win without winning the belt. Then you could set up the IWGP title match for Forbidden Door or whenever you want to do it, or maybe before that, and then actually have Takeshita lose that one. But I could see Moxley not winning this. Takesha's got wins over fucking Omega. Like it's not like it's out of the question for him to beat Moxley.
Eliminator matches have not had a fucking person to actually beat the champion enough for me, or really at all, for me to think that somebody was going to have a shot against Moxley of all people that was going to happen.
Bullshit. And
who won an eliminator match? Who won an eliminator match? You know how many eliminator matches there have been?
Juice Robinson and Jay White, motherfucker.
So what?
the whole reason that they ended up having that series on Collision with FTR was because they won a tag team eliminator
I said
match.
has happened enough. You picked one time out of a million fucking eliminator matches that they've had.
Happened enough is a stupid fucking metric anyway. Has it happened? Yes.
So
yes,
what?
it can happen.
The percentage does matter.
How fucking dumb. It hasn't happened enough that I burned my hand on the stove, so I can just.
Yeah, it hasn't.
That's so dumb.
No, it's not. Watch, Moxie's gonna fucking win, so it doesn't. Pick Takeshita. Pick Takeshita since you're so goddamn confident.
I'm picking Takeshita.
Okay. Make sure you put a high number too, since you're so goddamn confident over here.
500.
Next up, Orange Cassidy will be losing to Trent Beretta at Double or Nothing. Just so everybody knows.
Yeah.
It's time. It's time for the Don Callis switcheroo here, and for Beretta to join the Don Callis family. Especially if Ospreay is on his way out.
Yeah, I've also got Trent winning them.
That was a pretty easy one.
Yep.
Also, we both know that in real life, I put Trent instead of Ryan. Your name is Trent now. All right. Anyway, Ryan. Okay. Also, we know that in real life, Orange Cassidy is very high on Trent and thinks that Trent should be getting more than he's been getting. We've seen that in scrums a million times that Cassidy's on. So there's
He's not wrong.
There's a high chance of me that's like Orange Cassidy is back there telling Tony Khan, "No, Trent needs to go over here. Like this, it makes too much sense for her not to." And it's time. All right. That was a quick one. All right, the triple threat FTW for the World Championship. Chris Jericho versus Hook versus Shibata. Now this one is going to be interesting, but I there's no way Jericho's losing this match.
No?
Zero shot Jericho loses this.
Okay.
I am interested in the Samoa Joe storyline with Hook and Shibata, though. Maybe those three go for the trios titles or something? That'd be cool as fuck.
You don't think Shibata might win this?
Nope.
Okay. I think at a certain point, if they're going to keep this title around, you have to have it outside of Hook. And I think Taz probably thinks it'd be cool if Shibata had it. It was defending against other people. It would give Shibata more stuff to do on Ring of Honor. So I'm not like completely off the idea of Shibata winning this. I think that it's more likely that Jericho wins, but I don't think it's out of the fucking question for Shibata to win this. I think giving it back to Hook would be a mistake. I think you're like pigeonholing him too much at that point into this title picture. So that was tough.
I'm not giving a title that is not recognized by AEW to Shibata when Jericho's whole fucking thing is he's acting like it's a world title. And it fits his character perfectly right now. Like, no, he's not losing it already. That makes no sense. I agree with you that Shibata will look cool as fuck. It would give you Taz vibes in ECW where he just looked like a badass motherfucker coming out of there. But it's not happening this early. I don't think so. It also doesn't make any sense with the Samoa Joe going backstage twice now in a row to confront Hook and Shibata.
Why doesn't it?
Because I think it's going to be a fucking trios team.
They might be a trios team can't have a singles champion in it?
No, not in this. It doesn't make any sense in this aspect. No. Okay. This isn't a pack already with Death Triangle and then getting a singles title too at the same time.
That's cool to see them back though. God damn, Ray Phoenix look huge. I know a lot of people are freaking out about that. Oh, he's on steroids, whatever. Like 80% of that shit is top-down lighting. I don't think people understand how good top-down lighting is for making you look fucking jacked. But yeah, he looked good. Yeah, I'm gonna go Jericho tentatively, but I still think Shibata would be a cooler booking decision. But that's also just because I'm not into the Jericho shit right now. I don't like it. I think it sucks. People trying to hype it up like, oh, he's so self-aware. Like, yes, we all get the fucking joke. It's not like it's going over my head and that's why I don't like it. I just don't fucking like it. I think it's boring.
Next up, we've got the Unified Trios titles on the line. Bullet Club Gold versus Death Triangle, because I'm on the Bullet Club Gold train. Bang Bang Gang is a dumb name for a stable. So Bullet Club Gold versus Death Triangle. I want to see Death Triangle win this so bad, but I really don't know which way I'm leaning towards here. So I'm gonna let you go first on this one, since I went first on the last two. And I'll just piggyback off of you.
They just got him, but also Pac not having a title is fucking criminal. Death Triangle should be running that division, and I think Jay White needs to go off and do single stuff. So this is more of a pick based on what I want to happen, and not necessarily
wouldn't that really depend on how close Juice is coming back too? So that Juice could be in the Jay White spot with the Gun Club, because it's not like the Gun Club are going to go straight to the fucking tag titles again.
Yeah, I guess. He's got to be pretty close to coming back though. He's been gone fucking forever. Yeah, I think I'm gonna go. I'll go Death Triangle on this. I think it's beyond time to move Jay into the singles picture. They've had this cool little run. They've pretty much wrapped shit up with the Acclaim. There's nothing really to finish there. You got to give Lucha Brothers and Pac something to do. And I think that they would be good, like, standard bearers for the trios division. Whereas right now, Bullet Club Gold is cool. I don't think the Guns have the same credibility, obviously, as like the fucking Lucha Brothers do, though. And yeah, I want Jay White back in a singles picture. So I'm gonna pick Bullet Club Gold in this.
All right, so you're going with Bullet Club Gold anyway?
Yep. Oh no, Death Triangle. Sorry.
Oh, you are going with Death Triangle?
Yeah. No, the whole fucking explanation was about how Death Triangle was.
Sorry, I was letting the dog back in. All right, so I mean, I heard the first part, but I didn't know which way you were leaning. Because the crazy thing about predictions is, like, if you do them correctly for a show, you're given good points on both sides of why one could happen, like you did with the Shibata thing. So, like, I could see, obviously, both of these teams.
The good point is he would look cool.
Well, I mean, that was just my point. I don't know what your point was.
Yeah. I was making fun of
same.
You. Yes.
I mean, that's a good point. I don't know what the fuck you want. It doesn't look cool on Jericho. So, Death Triangle, oh my god. Death Triangle's already had it, obviously. But I think it would also help the title.
Champions?
What?
Would that make them first two-time trios champions?
No,
or did
the Elite are the first two-time trios champions, because they won it from Death Triangle when they got back from suspension.
That doesn't count.
Yes, it does. It's literally two-time champions.
It doesn't count when they were.
It does count. That's literally how it's written in the fucking record book.
That sucks.
I want Death Triangle to win so bad.
I do too.
But I think I'm gonna go Bullet Club Gold here.
You think they tell us some kind of story with Pac splitting off from them?
No,
permanently.
I don't think so.
Fuck it.
I think they'll always be loosely connected, even if they go away from each other. I think they're too cool of a fucking team to just be splitting, honestly.
How the fuck do they know each other? I've never looked into this, but why the fuck are they a team?
Who cares?
Pac was obviously in.
No one really knows. I don't fucking know.
Pac was in Brit Wrestling for the longest time, and then was in NXT and then WWE. What the fuck does he know, or what's his tie to the Lucha Brothers?
Could be just a Tony Khan thing, like, hey, motherfucker, y'all look cool as shit together, just like he did with Anthony Bowens and Max Caster. And hey, don't you guys want to be a tag team? Fuck yeah, if he's gonna get us a job. I don't know.
Should have been Eddie Kingston.
It's definitely the crazy part about it is all the 3-man things or stables are in AEW, just stables in general, because I guess that triangle technically is a stable. I feel like they're the most accomplished. Yeah. Because they haven't broken up like the Elite have, twice, by the way. And they've won pretty much all the top titles except for the world title. You had Phoenix win the international title from Moxley. You've had Pac win the international title. You've had the Lucha Brothers win the tag titles, and you've had them win the trios titles together.
And I mean, if we're counting outside of AEW too, then Phoenix was obviously like Triple A.
And they haven't broken up since they got together. So, like, that's insane. And that's all with visa issues, injuries on top of that. So, yeah, I feel like they're like easily probably the most decorated stable. in AEW history.
That hasn't broken up.
Just in AEW history. In AEW's history. So we're not counting new, IWGP heavyweight championships from 2015 from Kenny Omega.
It'd be the Elite.
Do what?
It would still be the Elite.
Disagree.
Whatever.
Next up, Willow Nightingale is defending her TBS championship against Mercedes Moné. And this one is not great because if you go by your definition of, hey, the person who got out on top in the last couple of weeks usually doesn't win, that would mean Mercedes is winning this fucking match.
I don't think
she got put through a table and her ass kicked when she tried to come out and fucking fight Willow 2 weeks in a row.
I don't think you sign her for as much money as Tony signed her for if you don't plan on having her fucking win this.
And I hate that, and it's my worst dream coming true for Willow because I said Willow should not have beaten Julia Hart if she's going to turn right around and lose to Mercedes Moné. And I stand behind that 100%.
I also stand behind that, but I also said Mercedes winning. You don't sign somebody for that much money, bring them in, have them get their asses beat 2 weeks in a row, come out and then lose the fucking.
Can't you say the same thing about Ospreay? That you just picked Roderick Strong against Ospreay.
They went back and forth on weeks. It wasn't 2 weeks in a row.
But you still paid him a shit ton of money to come in and lose his first title match.
Yeah, it's not gonna be the same kind of loss.
Why? Because it's Mercedes' first match, you mean?
That, and we're talking about the Kingdom interfering and like all kinds of shit. Whereas, Mercedes,
well, I mean, I have there's a part of me that thinks when we dissect all these different storylines of what the fuck could happen or whatever, there's a part of me that still thinks that Statlander and Stokely could turn on fucking Willow and cost her the title against Mercedes.
For what?
I guess we will find that out later. I don't know. I don't write the storylines.
Statlander's jealous. Like, what the fuck is the storyline there?
I mean, yeah,
that's stupid. No. She's so inspired by Trent beating Cassidy earlier in the night. She's like, you know what? Maybe I'll win a belt if I turn on somebody. Yeah, no, I got Mercedes, but I don't like it. And doesn't it feel weird, too, that that's the belt? Like, wouldn't it be, you would think that almost...
No, because that has nothing to do with when she came in. That's not something that AEW can control. We're not just going to pivot off of Toni Storm because you came in and make it the world title. That's just, I mean, that's your title. So that's the title that's available. So that's what it's going to be.
No.
And then, of course, the NJPW Strong title that they were fighting over, the women's title, is basically the secondary version of the IWGP Women's Championship anyway. So, like, it's not like they're downgrading. They're more, it's more of a lateral movement, in my opinion.
What do you consider higher, the Ring of Honor Women's title or the TBS title?
Sorry, repeat that.
Which one do you consider higher, the Ring of Honor Women's title or the TBS title?
Well, the Ring of Honor Women's title is not what we would be comparing it to because they have a secondary singles title.
Okay, just answer the fucking question.
It doesn't matter.
Who cares? That's not what I'm asking you. This is a completely unrelated fucking question. Just answer it.
The TBS title is higher than the fucking Ring of Honor Women's title.
Yeah,
It's literally part of the whole fucking reason I've been saying for weeks that we need to get Athena back up in the fucking AEW. Because she's too fucking good for the fucking the Ring of Honor Women's title. I don't know why you think I would say anything different. I've been on that for a while now.
Okay. Keep fucking yapping while I'm talking. Goddamn. Do you think the TNT title is higher than the Ring of Honor World title for men?
Yeah. I think all AEW titles are higher than Ring of Honor titles. Ring of Honor is inferior promotion.
I don't, because I think of it like overlapping squares. Like this is.
Well, that's because you're thinking about it incorrectly then, because that's not how it's ever been.
You'd be wrong if you want, but
I'm not wrong.
There you are.
So you really are going to go with Mercedes then?
Yeah.
Okay, we got the same one on that one, but I picked mine 2 months ago.
Okay, good job.
All right, hold on. Now, I will say that I'm not as confident, even though I've been calling it for months, I'm not that confident because Tony Khan also has a history of, hey, you're not getting the title in your first fucking match in the women's division. You know what I'm saying? I've laid it out there before. We saw it with Deonna Purrazzo. We saw it with Toni Storm. We saw it with Taya Valkyrie. these chicks get a title shot for their first match, but they don't win it. Ruby Soho, her first title
They all
match after
cost
she won the Casino
1/10
Battle
as
Royale,
much.
she didn't get a title, or she didn't win the title against Britt either.
They all cost fucking 1/10 as much, and it wasn't.
It doesn't matter.
World title.
I'm just saying the precedent is there.
Listen to what the fuck I'm saying. Stop cutting me off, goddammit.
All I said was I'm not that confident in it because of the precedent set by Tony Khan. Is all I said.
Cutting me off is so goddamn annoying. It's the world title in every example you just gave. So it's not.
No, it's not. Taya went against Jade Cargill for the TBS title.
And she was undefeated, so it's not the same fucking thing there either.
You just said it was all the ways the world title. It wasn't. I just told you you're wrong.
Keep fucking yapping. Anyway, fucking 90% of the fucking examples you just gave were the world title.
Keep
and
making up numbers, okay,
where it
cool.
wouldn't have made sense. Does that make you feel better? Anyway, it's a completely different fucking set of circumstances. She's getting paid like 10 times as much as any
It doesn't
of those
matter. Will Ospreay's getting paid 10 times as much as fucking Roderick Strong. You still picked Roderick Strong.
And I've already explained to you the differences. It's not.
There's not a
his first
difference.
Fucking match.
There's not a difference.
Is it Ospreay's first match?
There's not a difference.
Is it Ospreay's first match?
No, it's not Mercedes' first match either.
Okay, so it's not the fucking same. Damn.
Next up, we got Anarchy in the Arena. It's the Elite, or the New Elite, I should say. I don't know why they don't call themselves the New Elite. I think that would be funny. The New Elite against FTR, Bryan Danielson, and Darby Allin. We don't know if the Flamethrower will make an appearance or not, but it could. Give me strong AEW Fight Forever vibes when you go pull out the Flamethrower, which is pretty cool. And it reminded me of the one time where the Best Friends were going to have a no DQ match, and Chuck Taylor says, let's get a chainsaw. Let's bring a chainsaw out. And everybody's like, no, you can't do that. He's like, why? It's no DQ. That's the initial thought I had when Darby came out with the Flamethrower. I was like, yes, of course. Let's fucking kill these bitches. It makes the most sense. Obviously, Darby is taking the place of Eddie Kingston, who got hurt in his match with Gabriel Kidd in New Japan Strong. I believe they had the match, right? When he did the suplex through the table on the outside, and I believe he hit his leg against the rail when it happened. So he fucked his leg up pretty bad.
9 months.
Now, every time we have one of these matches, you and I always try to break down, like, who matches up against who and, you know, like, their position on the card. So, like, FTR and Young Bucks is a wash, right?
Yeah.
And then Danielson, Okada is a wash. But then it leaves Darby and Jack Perry, who are technically the two of the four pillars of AEW, which technically is a wash, which doesn't usually happen in these 4-on-4 matches because we'll always have somebody like an Okada and the other person would be Daniel Garcia or something like that. You know what I'm saying? Like clearly higher than them, like, oh, they got the weakest guy. We know who's going to take the pin, etc., whatever. This match does not have that.
Yeah.
I would assume that whoever wins, it would be one of the Young Bucks or one of FTR that's going to take the pin. Unless you're trying to build up something down the road, like for instance, like if Danielson pinned Okada, and then that would propel a title match between the two of them later
Okada
on.
This fucking match, come on.
Well, I don't think it's gonna happen anyway because Danielson says he's hurt again anyway.
He's always hurt.
It's literally just a scenario. I'm just saying that's what we would say in the past about shit like that. Like I don't know what they would be setting it up for. There's nobody that has a title on Team AEW, so it's weird because usually in this instance, I would pick Team AEW because in this scenario, all the titles are on the Elite, and then you could have it build up to something for a title match of whoever pinned whoever. Like if Darby pinned Okada, if Danielson pinned Okada, if the FTR pinned the Bucks, you can catapult that into a title program for the next pay-per-view or whatever. The bad part here is I think the Elite are winning, but there's nothing to build off of this afterwards because none of these guys have titles on the Team AEW side.
Yeah. I've got Team AEW winning anyway, or not Team AEW, the Elite winning anyway, because I don't think you bring in Darby last second, knowing, and everybody knows that he's fucked up right now, and not have, he's probably gonna be the one to take the fucking pin because he needs more time off anyway. I mean, I guess I could do something where Danielson submits like Nick Jackson or something. I think you can do submission in these, right?
I don't
I've only ever
remember
seen
the
him.
rules of Anarchy in the Ring. I think you can do whatever the fuck you want, but the shit has to end in the ring, I believe, is how it goes.
Oh yeah, I'm thinking of Stadium Stampede for some fucking reason. Yeah. I think you're right. Hmm. Yeah, I'm still gonna say the Elite wins.
I'm gonna say the Elite just because it makes more sense because they're an actual stable. They just started. This is their first match together. It would look really weird for them just to lose out the gate. Like this would be.
Well, their only storyline out of that would be complaining about Tony Khan working against them or something, right? And then like trying to do more shit to undermine him. So,
But the only way that
I
could
think if
happen
you,
is if Tony Khan like had the rest of AEW come out and beat the shit out of them in the match, and it was literally 4-on-20 or some shit like that.
I mean, if you want to talk about shit making sense, that is probably
Yeah,
what should
no,
happen.
that totally makes sense. No, I agree.
Yeah.
But I'm just saying. It'll be interesting to see how it plays out. But no, like on paper, it definitely makes way more sense for the Elite to win this.
Yeah,
Because
that's what I'm
even if
thinking.
you just
Alright.
take Perry out of it, who just joined, and even though he's close with the Bucks, he hasn't been around. Like the core group of people that have been around, where it's like, okay, if you're, for instance, if you have the two tag teams, like, oh, this team is just put together, this team has the experience. The Bucks and Okada have known each other forever. There's no 3-person grouping that you could put on the other side that could match them. It just wouldn't make any sense for a team that was thrown together and then the last second replacement in Darby beating the Elite. It doesn't. I don't like that.
Yeah, I don't either. Also, everyone knows that Darby is actually kind of fucked
Now,
up in real life.
what if this is the spot where they want to bring Hangman Page back and fuck up the Elite, or even join or help the Elite, depending on which way they want to go?
They suspended him from the Elite, so I don't think he
Correct,
would
but
come
he was
back to
still a
help
heel
them.
as well, and then the suspension could be up, and they could be saving it for this.
I don't think they'd bring him back. Like, so what's the story there? He's like, oh yeah, I understand why you had to suspend me. We're good now. That's not how he is. So no, I don't think he would.
But he's
come
not
back and
fired
do
from the
anything
Elite, so it does. I think that would be hilarious if they did that. Honestly,
Yeah, on what Wednesday do a little video package where they show them calling him to let him know that
no.
he's
What they
unsuspended
do
from the
is
Elite.
Swerve beats Christian in the main event, or the second main event, and then the Anarchy in the Arena that's closing as the triple main event. By the way, still hate it. Don't care if AEW is doing it or not. Hate. There's one main event. I'm so sick of saying that shit on the show. WWE does that dumb shit all the time. AEW's not getting off with it just because they did it. Just because I like AEW doesn't mean they're gonna get away with it too. Triple main events are dumb. Stop saying it. It's not. Anyway, Hangman comes in at the end to help the Elite because the suspension's over. And how do the Bucks reward him? Who have they been feuding with off camera ever since they attacked Tony Khan? Swerve. They put Hangman back against Swerve to try to get the title back from Swerve because Swerve cannot break away from fucking Hangman.
If they do that, Hangman's got to win. Like you can't have them wrestle again and have Hangman lose again.
I don't know. Seth Rollins still won the world title even though he lost to Cody 8 times.
It's different. Cody's just built. Cody's just built different. He's the best
Make a new
wrestler in the
make a new
world.
title for Page. No big deal.
There you go. Go get that one with the X-ray painted on it from fucking CM Punk's old locker.
The Cowboy title.
Yeah. All right. Yeah, I'm picking AEW on that, or not AEW, Elite on that.
I'm picking the Elite as well. And then finally in the main event, my most confident pick, Swerve is winning this. This would be the worst decision in AEW history if Swerve loses his title to Christian. No, it would be the worst. There would be so many pissed off people that you would not get back.
AEW history was
yes, it would be the worst. It would be the worst outcome.
No,
yes, it would.
It wouldn't. It might be the second worst.
No, it'd be the worst.
Okay, whatever. Actually, no, third worst. Third worst. I can think of two that were worse.
Yeah, I'm sure you could. I know which ones you're alluding to. You're wrong on both of those.
Having Saraya win the belt was up there, like very high up there. I think that would still be worse. And then CM Punk beating Hangman. That was worse.
Yeah, you're wrong. Christian beating Swerve would be worse.
You think I'd be worse than Saraya?
I picked Saraya. I wanted Saraya to win. So no,
Picking
yeah,
her doesn't mean that it was a good
yeah.
decision in the end.
I picked Saraya and I wanted her to win.
Garbage. Sorry, you have shit taste.
Now, if Jamie Hayter was in that match, then no. Yeah, I would have picked Hayter, and if Hayter lost, I'd be pissed. Yes, I agree with that. But I picked Saraya and I wanted her to win. So no, I don't think that's worse.
You don't think Christian's got a chance?
0.
What if he calls on some of that old brood energy?
I don't give a fuck what he calls on. I don't give a shit.
What if he calls out?
He can call out DDP fucking positive energy if he wants to. I don't give a fuck. He's not winning against Swerve, bro.
What if Copeland helps him?
No. Terrible.
Why are you such a hater? Why don't you want them back together? Yeah, I gotta go Swerve on this too.
All right, confidence picks time. I just told you my 10 is Swerve.
I'm doing confidence picks. It takes forever. AEW.
Who's your 10?
I don't know. I gotta look at the fucking card again. It's fine when there's like 5 matches on a card, like a fucking WWE card, but this is so goddamn. We're not counting the 0 hour one, right? Or are we?
We're gonna we're gonna put that in the confidence, so it's 11. Yeah, I should say 11. Then my bad. 11.
Yeah,
my
highest one is Swerve.
All right, so 11 for Swerve. But any matches that are announced tonight, we won't do confidence picks on, obviously. All right, my number 10. Oh, my number 10. My number 10 will be Tony Storm.
My number 10 is Roddy. Pretty confident in that.
My number 9 will be Jericho.
Yeah, Jericho could be my next one too.
You want number 9 for Jericho?
I thought am I not on 8? I thought I was one ahead of you. But yeah, if we're on 9,
you're on 9. I went first.
Oh yeah, Jericho.
All right, my number 8 will be Thunder Rosa.
Mine will be Tony Storm.
My number 7 will be Moxley.
Ooh. Mine will be the Elite.
My number 6 will be Trent.
Mine will also be Trent.
Yours will also be what, Trent?
Yeah.
My number 5 will be the Elite.
Mine is Mercedes.
My number 4 will be Roderick Strong.
Mine's Thunder Rosa.
My number 3 will be Bullet Club Gold.
Bang Bang Gang. Did you pick them? I thought you picked Death Triangle.
Bullet Club Gold.
I'll do Malachi Black for my number 3.
My number 2 will be Mercedes.
My 2 is Takeshita.
And my number 1 will be Malachi.
Yeah.
Which means your number 1 will be Death Triangle.
Yep.
All right. There's the confidence picks. Predictions sure to be wrong. AEW Double or Nothing. We'll be back eventually.
Monday, maybe.
Eventually to discuss our reviews of Double or Nothing and WWE's King and Queen of the Ring. Let us know down in the comments below who you got winning at AEW's Double or Nothing 2024 live from Las Vegas. and see how you stack up against us. Between these next 2 days, today and tomorrow, we should finally get some separation on these records. Not so much today, but tomorrow for sure.
I think we got one different on King of the Ring, right?
Correct.
Yeah.
And also, it is Nia Jax.
And then we'll see.
Nia Jax did win, so
yeah. I mean, it makes sense for her character to have something like that, like I was saying. So I would not be shocked at all. Though,
right,
I mean, they could try to use it to get over the new talent.
Yeah.
You know, they could.
We'll see how it goes. We'll see how it goes. Unless they got a really strong plan in place to have her push to actually be a believable world champion by SummerSlam, which I don't have confidence in them to do, or they're creative, then it's got to be Nia, in my opinion. But yeah, there's our AEW Double or Nothing predictions.
Without being a credible contender for the belt, like you just kind of have her go in knowing that she's gonna lose. It's just like when Zelina was against Rhea. Nobody thought Zelina was gonna fucking win, but you just still have the match because
they're not having SummerSlam in fucking Valkyria's home country. They're having it in fucking Minneapolis, Minnesota. So it's different. It's different
from Minneapolis.
And by the way, we didn't think that Zelina was beating Rhea Ripley. We both picked Rhea Ripley as our highest confidence pick that show.
Yeah, I know. I just fucking said that. I don't know why you're not listening today, but yes, that is the point. You don't have to have somebody like be a credible fucking contender to have a match, have them have a title
The
match.
winners of the King and the Queen of the Ring are going to win at SummerSlam.
I don't think so.
If that's a new thing that they're trying to do, and that's the connection going forward, like they did with Royal Rumble, then that means the odds of you winning at SummerSlam for the world titles are going to go up exponentially.
Royal Rumble winner doesn't always win either.
Yes, but the odds go up exponentially. Ever since they started making it where you got the WrestleMania main event for the world title, motherfuckers started winning exponentially higher at WrestleMania.
Yes. Do you understand that what you're saying is they started having more matches for the belt, so then they started winning more than they were before? You don't understand that makes no fucking sense.
The guaranteed shot at WrestleMania had them win more often at WrestleMania.
Because there was no guaranteed shot before.
There's no guaranteed shot at SummerSlam. Now there is. So that fucking percentage of the titles changing hands at SummerSlam is going to go up.
You're comparing something that didn't exist to something that now exists. There is no increase.
Yeah, I know. That's my whole point. They're not going to give it to Valkyria. That's why we picked Nia Jax. Nia Jax is going to win the title. Valkyria is not going to win the title. They're not going to have her in a position to win the fucking title at SummerSlam, dude.
Maybe this is just like too complicated fucking probability math for you.
For you.
Again, no, this is my job, okay? So when you're
That's our AEW Double or Nothing predictions. Sure to be wrong. Do not bet on them unless you're going to bet on Swerve, obviously, because you might win $1. And we will see you guys soon. Enjoy both shows if you can. If you're one of those people that bitch about everything online, then I'm not talking to you, obviously.